Will Medicaid be the sacrificial lamb? Today, the Wall Street Journal says both parties expect Medicaid to be the biggest source of cuts in budget negotiations. And Democratic Senator Jay Rockefeller says, quote, there has been an unsettling silence around Medicaid. Even for members of my own party, Medicaid suddenly looks like the sacrificial lamb. And look, if Medicaid's cut, what kind of impact would that have? Do you know that Medicaid covers 68 million Americans? Now, coupled with the Children's Health Insurance Program, that is about 1 in 4 Americans. First, Jonathan, on the story itself, do you get a sense that that is the direction that they're heading here and the Democrats are conceding to big Medicaid cuts?
Well, look, I only know what I read in that Wall Street Journal article. In terms of politics and negotiating and what's happening with the Biden group and everyone trying to figure out what to do about the deficit, I'm not surprised in that regard. Look, I mean, as all the shows on MSNBC and everyone's talking about, you know, there are huge deficits, huge budget issues that have to be resolved. And, you know, kicking the can down the road and saying, no, you can't cut mine, cut someplace else, that's just going to have to end. And it's just a matter, things will have to be cut. It's just a matter of how you cut, how responsibly you cut. And right now, until someone produces a final document and shows where the cuts are coming from and how they're being done, will we actually be able to know and talk intelligently about whether those cuts will actually end up costing more money rather than saving.
But let's keep it real, Jane, right? They're cutting Medicaid. If the story is true, and I believe it is, I think they have good evidence of that. Senator Rockefeller wouldn't say that if they weren't cutting Medicaid, and fairly deeply at that, right? And if they are, isn't it an easy target? Aren't they saying, oh, well, come on, Medicare, Social Security, you're going to, anger older voters, et cetera. But with Medicaid, it's just the poor. We can kick them anytime we want.
This was always the plan. Fully half of the expansion of coverage from the health care bill came from the expansion of Medicaid. But they always knew that that was something to just get liberals to be able to support the bill, and that they were going to yank the carpet out from underneath them when it came time to deal with raising the debt limit and closing the deficit. So basically, they were always planning to do this, and they're absolutely going to do it. And it means what they're doing is called the maintenance of efforts requirement that states have to comply with in order to be able to get this money. They have to guarantee certain enrollment and benefits within the state. But now they're saying you can take the money, but all you have to do is, but you don't have to meet those anymore. So it means all of the old people who are currently in retirement, in nursing homes, that money is going to be cut. Dave Dayen today on FDL called this the, force your mother-in-law to move in with you act, and that really is what it's going to be. And it's incredibly cynical.